So if we do this right, we should be done by 9. And then we can go get pizza. That's the plan.
Hello, guys.
Hello, everybody.
I want to get close, but I don't want to get that close.
Okay, we're on Carl's bed like always. I'm wrapped up in a blanket because I'm very cold. Carl is laying down completely now. I have to turn the microphone just so she can actually talk.
Dude, I'm so hot right now, temperature-wise.
Okay.
I'm like a flame.
Thank you for letting us know.
You're
welcome.
welcome.
Welcome back
Hi.
to the greatest podcast ever. So many people want to be guests because we've never had a guest.
Yeah, we have 0 guest names.
So many people want to be the first guest. I'm talking big names like Joe Rogan wants to ditch his podcast and come to be our first guest.
Biggie Smalls
AI wants to come on. I'm trying to get Steve Jobs' AI to come over and on the podcast. But yeah. But I think we're going to go with my dad for our first guest. I think we're going to go with him.
It'd be so sad.
I don't know which episode.
I don't know how.
I need more microphones. I only have one.
We need an idea for, because we have to talk about things he'd know about.
We just have to interview him. Like, how was your life growing up? What was your childhood?
But then again, he isn't very young. And I don't consider him very opinionated.
My dad was born in 1977. The year Elvis died. 3 years before Lennon died. 7 years after the Beatles broke up. And I don't know what else. But yeah, this guy is not that old, but he does have opinions, I guess. All right, let's just start the podcast.
All
Welcome back to... Oh, wait. Shoot, I was going to say my ever-growing debt. My bad. This is Young and Opinionated.
Yeah!
So you have a topic you said you want to talk about, or what?
Yes, I actually want to ask you about something.
Okay.
Because I saw this magazine we were going to Publix.
Okay.
So, it was talking about Hollywood true crime.
Yeah.
And they had Marilyn Monroe, the Notorious B.I.G., and someone named Charles Manson.
Yeah.
Who is Charles Manson?
There's a conspiracy wormhole with him, Charles Manson. I don't know.
What?
I always forget about Charles Manson.
He looks like this.
I know he did something, or something happened to him.
These are the stories. Living and dying in L.A. The Black Dahlia?
Yeah.
What's that?
I don't know.
Rogue killer at the LAPD.
I guess someone killed at the LAPD.
The Night Stalker.
Yeah.
And the Maryland Mystery.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what's the Night Stalker?
I don't know. These are all situations that happened in Los Angeles throughout the times. Like, Los Angeles, there's been huge shootings. There's been a lot of trafficking, human trafficking, a lot of mysterious things that happened.
Okay, what's this then?
The Marilyn Monroe mystery is like basically just how Marilyn Monroe died, because we believe, I'm saying we as those conspiracy, we believe she was like taken out by the Kennedys because she was gonna expose the Kennedys for everything they do. Because you might not know this, but John F. Kennedy was a major sex addict. He could not go a day without having sex. That's what he would say.
What the fuck?
He literally couldn't function, and he would just go to Las Vegas so many times with Frank Sinatra. He would go see the Rat Pack perform in Vegas, but at the same time he was having mob affiliations there because Sinatra had ties with the mafia. Sam Giancana, this major mob boss, and it didn't look good because he was a presidential candidate trying to become president of the United States of America has ties with Sinatra, that has ties with the mob. So yeah, and Monroe was Marilyn Monroe wanted to expose like all of that. Was gonna say all of it. I think like a day or two before her death, she was gonna have like a press or something, a press conference. I don't know.
And like, we actually elected John F. Kennedy to be our president.
Yeah, the last American president.
What?
Yeah, that's what we like to call John F. Kennedy, the last president of the people.
Why?
Because after Kennedy, I think every president just started shifting to what their party is.
What about Obama?
Obama. Believe it or not a lot of people like Obama.
I like Obama.
I know you do. I like Obama too, but some people don't. Everybody liked Kennedy though.
But he was a sex addict.
Yeah, that's the best part. You talk while I go get the clothes.
Me?
Yeah.
Me? No, dear God, this is like the worst case scenario.
Talk about your opinions of the Kennedys, John F. Kennedy,
my God.
Robert. No,
Who's
you don't know.
Robert Kennedy?
Oh my goodness.
There's a Robert Kennedy?
Just give me what you think about him. I'll be back.
Okay, hi guys. We're back doing this again. So, the Kennedys. America's last president, apparently. I mean, I see where that, you can see that, because it's like afterwards it becomes a race against Republicans and Democrats instead of who's gonna rule not rule, dear God, who's gonna lead America and stuff. John F. Kennedy, I don't know. I want to say he was a good guy, but he wasn't. Didn't he have like a scandal afterwards? Am I getting that right? I hope I'm getting that right. And then, it's cool that he knew Frank Sinatra, though. But, I was shocked when I realized that he had mob ties. I was like, he's such a sweet man. Look into those blue crystal eyes. Those crystal eyes could never hurt, but they could, and they did. I just, okay, so, on a side tangent, I saw Biggie Smalls on that magazine that I saw, and immediately I was like, it seems like such a setup, though. Like, Puff Daddy went forward or drove past the red light, leaving Biggie alone in that stop. And it feels like a setup. It feels like there's something here that somebody's not saying. And it's like, it's very, some of these deaths of artists are very suspicious. Very suspicious. Like, also Kurt Cobain's one, there's a lot of investigation. I'm pretty sure they said, like, it was near impossible to get the bullet, like, exactly how he got it. And also how the letter had, like, different handwriting from the top to the bottom, and it was like, oh, that's a little suspicious.
Hey everybody, I'm back.
Hi.
I hope you stayed on topic and you didn't switch to, like, I don't know, something else, your favorite movies. Mom wants you.
Okay. I hope you have a good talk.
What did you talk about? What did you leave off on?
Kurt Cobain's death.
Oh my goodness. Kurt Cobain's death in 1994 or 5. I don't know. I forget. I always forget. No. Kurt Cobain's death in 1994 was a shock. A major shock. Like that was that generation's John Lennon, and the voice of a generation had been silenced. And it's very weird, the suicide, because the bullet didn't land right. It was like impossible for it to land that way. a lot of angles just didn't add up. A lot of stuff didn't add up. The handwriting was a bit off. The handwriting was like a bit off at the second half. But you don't know. We really don't know. There could have easily been a hit on him, or he could really have just killed himself because he was really off drugs. He was on a lot of drugs. So we don't know. We just don't know. maybe he wrote the first half when he was like okay, like not too many drugs. But then he might have wrote the second half when he was like, oh, so drugged up. But we don't know. And I honestly think it's best because so many people love Kurt Cobain, and they just want to remember him as like a great artist who changed a generation. I mean, you'd hate to learn that your favorite artist was killed off by someone secretly. That would suck. There's a lot of people who don't credit Kurt Cobain as a genius. I think Kurt Cobain was like a genius. Like, he knew music, he knew how to write really good, and he knew the rhythms he wanted. And it's something about it. It's just so addictive. Like, I listen to a Nirvana album, I want to listen to the next one. I listen to that one, I go on to the next one. Then I go on to Kurt Cobain's own music, and it's great. While Carl is out, I'm going to share you my dream that I had a couple of days ago. So, a couple of days ago, I don't know when, but I was dreaming that I somehow got to meet Paul McCartney, the Beatle, Paul McCartney, and I had my vlog camera, and I just filmed some sketches with him. Like, we just did some bits. We talked about John Lennon, how he was, about the rest of the Beatles. And then at the end of the conversation, I turned off my camera. I put it down. And I kid you not, I was just like, I burst into tears and just gave him a good hug. And I was like, I love you, man. You have no idea what you mean to me. The fact that I got to meet you is incredible. This is, I couldn't have asked for anything better. It's a privilege, it's an honor. And I'm so happy I got to meet you, man. Your music has done so much for me. You have no idea what you, John, Ringo, and George did for me. I love your music. I love you guys. I love you, Paul. I literally said all of that. And yeah, he hugged me back and was like, thank you. I don't know what his voice was. He was like, that means a lot. It really does. Something like that. And I woke up and I kid you not, I had like, I think it was like a dry tear on my left cheek. I don't know if it was sweat from sweating or a genuine tear, but it felt like a tear. So yeah, that was my Paul McCartney dream. That was really one of the nicest dreams I've had in a while. Meeting Paul McCartney. I wish I could meet Paul McCartney, really. That would be awesome. I would like faint. Alright, I'm gonna talk about this as well alone because I don't think Carl has any clue what this means or this is. So here it is. Alex Jones, internet sensation conspiracy theorist, host of the InfoWars show. Alex Jones is ordered to pay almost $1 billion to the Sandy Hook shooting family victims. It's incredible. It's almost dumb. I can't believe it. This is Alex Jones we're talking about. He does not have this money. I'm a fan of Alex Jones. I'm gonna be honest. I like Alex Jones a lot. I think he's funny. I think he has a lot of points, but I also think he can also like go too far and like lose it a bit. Like the Sandy Hook thing about the Sandy Hook school shooting, and he claimed that it was all like a fake stunt, like no one actually died, and the students all just they were paid actors. It was crazy. It's crazy. I know a lot of the victims' families were like attacked by Alex Jones's fans, and that maybe some death threats here and there, some verbal assaults, maybe a physical one here and there, but $1 billion? Are you kidding me? $1 billion? I mean, this is not up my alley to be speaking, but $1 billion? Are you kidding me? Are you joking? What is he gonna what is he gonna do? Is he gonna just declare ultra instinct bankruptcy or what? The highest level of bankruptcy you can be? Because never in his life would Alex Jones have $1 billion. I think he maybe have like 3 million or something. Well, I don't even know his net worth. It might be like 5 million or something, but it's nowhere close $1 billion. This is severely messed up. We obviously need justice for Alex Jones. Let's just lower that to like 1 million. How about that? I'm gonna try to speak like Alex Jones now. Alex Jones here. Today we're going to be talking about the blood-sucking Democrats. Oh my god. I'm Alex Jones, ladies and gentlemen, and today we're going to be talking about why the left and the right are both wrong, and you should just be going straight, like me, Alex Jones. Woohoo! This sounds so stupid. Oh my god. What up, bro?
A lot, actually. I started bleeding.
Carl just came back, and apparently she started bleeding. Ouch. I just talked about Alex Jones.
I genuinely thought, while I was bleeding out, I was like, I can't do this to him. He can't talk about Curtis Cobain for this long.
I did talk about it, but then I switched to Alex Jones.
How?
I don't know.
At least I have smooth transitions.
Did you know he has to pay $1 billion?
Yeah, I heard on the news.
That's messed up.
Why is it for? I know it's Sandy Hook stuff related, but like what?
Oh god, this is what I didn't want to explain. So the Sandy Hook shooting was a thing that happened. The victims' families are mourning.
Okay, yeah, we know all this.
This is important because Alex Jones claimed that the whole shooting was a stunt. It was paid actors. There were never kids or anything, and this has caused his fans to verbally attack the victims' families.
That's not right.
Yeah, but you know what's worse?
What?
Him having to pay $1 billion. He doesn't have $1 billion. So therefore, I'm starting a petition. Justice for Alex Jones.
Why do you do this?
Let's lower that 1 billion to 1 million.
You know what? Touche.
Justice for Alex Jones,
Then again,
guys.
you can't put a price on life.
Talking about school shootings. The Parkland shooter, known as Nikolas Cruz, has just been sentenced, or a jury said he should have life in prison. And everybody in here, a lot of people are outraged. Life in prison. They were going for the death penalty. They wanted the death penalty.
Yes.
But one jury member said no. And to have a death penalty, you have all the jury have to be on the same page and say, yeah. People are outraged. The victims' families just can't believe it. Even Governor Ron DeSantis came out and spoke about it. That was a very disgusting, devastating decision. And you know what? I believe all those people claiming it to be disgusting are the disgusting ones. Because at the end of the day, everyone has a say. Every American citizen has a vote. Everyone has their own opinions they can be entitled to.
Yes.
Some people could not live with knowing on their conscience that they killed someone or made a decision that led to them getting killed, to another person getting killed. They could not live with that on their conscience due to religious belief, moral beliefs, any beliefs. But some people literally couldn't function knowing that they've done something that led to another person dying. The one juror who said no to the death penalty claimed that they couldn't enforce the death penalty on someone with a mental illness. And people are like, no, that's impossible, that's messed up. He obviously isn't mentally challenged or ill or anything.
Mentally challenged.
And I disagree. You have to be mentally ill. Something has to be wrong with you to go commit such an atrocity, such a evil act.
Well, yes,
as a school shooting. What?
Yes, most cases, and then sometimes it's just people being really, 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 really stupid. Is there anything more you want to add, or can I say something?
Yeah, and I think it's just messed up how people are just saying that the justice system failed them again. This is disgusting. I'm like, no, man, this is the jury. This is the jury system. This is how it works. This is how it's always worked. And you have to accept it. So, quit crying and just know that he's going to be behind bars for the rest of his life.
No chance of parole.
There's no chance of parole. He's going to He's gonna die there, and that's it. And at the end of the day, people are like, "There's no justice served. There will never be justice served. There's no possible way that justice will be served. So many innocent lives were lost in Parkland. How do you expect justice to be served? You think by killing him that's justice? That's not justice. That's nothing. That's not even close to justice. So quit being dumb. Quit complaining. Then again, I'm not a victim. I'm not the family's victim. I don't know. And if you are listening, family victim, oof. I don't know.
As most of my favorite movies say, just because you kill him will not bring the other back.
Wow.
My thoughts on the death penalty are a little mixed. I think there are some cases that some people are too vile to be left to live in this world. But that isn't to say that every person that's evil should get the death penalty.
Yeah, man, like Hitler.
He needed to die.
He needed a second chance of redemption.
No, he needed to die. That, or he needed to be accepted into his art career.
And Saddam Hussein, or whatever his name was. Saddam Hussein, I don't know his name. Like Bin Laden as well.
No,
These were people who were too powerful, too evil to be left alive.
Straight to the, what's called?
Purgatory.
Guillotine.
Straight to the guillotine.
Guillotine.
Yeah, people like those, people like Megatron, evil people like Thanos.
Of course, this is a very opinion-y subject, even for Young and Opinionated, since it is a school shooting, and as you said, there will technically never be any justice to be served. And I what I'd like to say to if the families were listening to this podcast is that I'm very sorry that they have to go through this, and not only that, their opinions might even be overshadowed by others. Because as you're saying, a lot of people are bashing on this juror for what he said. That, do you even know what the actual family said?
What?
Yeah, what were their thoughts?
Everybody wanted death penalty.
But even still, it's like, it's a term of morality and beliefs, as you say. And that, you're right, that is a jury. Jury are human beings, and they're entitled to their opinion. That's why they're a jury. They are the people. And if one people says no, then that means there are other people who are also gonna say no. But even still, I'm very sorry for the families that have to go through this. And I hope that one day you can find resolve in anything or something.
You never will.
Jesus Christ!
I just have to say that right now.
I said I hope.
Like, old people will still be like, I can never forgive Mark Chaplin for what he did till the day I die. For what he did, taking out John Lennon out of this world. I can never forgive him. I was not even born, and I can't forgive Mark Chapman. I hate him. I believe he deserves a guillotine. Throw him to the lions.
What even happened to him?
He's in life in prison right now.
Throw him to the lions.
So yeah. Parkland shooter doesn't get life. That Parkland shooter doesn't get death penalty, but will never get his life because
Never get to live.
He'll never get to live his life because he'll be in life sentencing.
Behind bars for life?
He'll be behind bars for life. Well, Saddam Hussein is gone. Bin Laden is gone.
Hitler is dead.
Hitler is dead. Stalin is dead.
Thanos is dead. What happened to Megatron?
Megatron is technically alive. It's a Galvatron. Oof.
Oh, dear God.
The Transformer series is dead. Okay, one of the last topics we're going to talk about. Have you ever cried at school?
Oh, no. I saw you type this one in.
Yeah, I write down podcast notes during the week, and this is a topic I want to talk about.
You go first.
You go first.
No,
I asked you. I literally asked you.
No, but you had the
Oh
question.
my goodness. Man, okay.
Man.
Oh, here goes nothing.
Here goes everything.
Elementary school is the last time I cried in middle school, believe it or not.
Oh.
I've been heartbroken and everything, but I've never cried in middle school or high school. It was in elementary school.
Oh, wait. You said that horribly wrong. That sounded like you said in elementary school was the last time I cried in middle school.
Oh, shoot, my bad. Yeah, the last time I cried was in elementary school.
Long pause.
It sounds like that's the last time I cried. I literally cried like a few days ago because of my Paul McCartney dream. Anyway, here it is. We were in music class, and I don't know why in music class, but we were watching a cartoon or film or something that had to do with I think it was Black History Month, and we were watching a cartoon or something just way too dark about slavery and how families were separated and because they were sold off as slaves, and it showed there was a scene about a mother and her daughter getting split up, and oh my god, I just started crying right then and there in front of everybody. We were crisscross applesauce. It was like 20 of us sitting down watching this film for some reason in music class, and I just started sniffling and just crying. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I was like, this is evil. And yeah, and at the end of it, I was the only one crying at the end of it. And this girl I know named Whitney, I don't know if you know me anymore, Whitney, she comforted me. She was like, oh, it's okay. And I was just sobbing, and the teacher was like, yeah, I understand. It was really a terrible thing that happened. And I was like, yeah, it was so sad. And people were just staring at me, but I was genuinely sad. What the heck? But yeah, that was the last time I cried in school.
That's the last time. Oh my god, pinpointing it is such
Last week when I went to school.
Last week I had an exam.
I cried over slavery, cried over a test. How nice.
I think it was. Oh, dear God, I've cried so many times in school.
What? Why are you crying so much in school?
So,
I only cried 3 times in school.
I remember, in 4th or 5th grade. When was it?
That was the last
time? 4th grade. No. No.
Oh my god.
In 4th grade, I wanted water, and this story is also in music class.
Yeah.
And I wanted water because I was very sick, and I was dying, and my throat hurt a lot. And I was like, can I get water?
Thirsty.
And then the teacher, he was a new teacher. He was like, no. And I was like, what? No, actually, I started crying. We had to sing something. I was just like, twinkle, twinkle.
Oh my god. And then what happened?
And then he looked at me and was like, you're really crying because I didn't let you get water? And I was like, how dare you laugh at me?
I would be so, I couldn't hold my laugh if I would see you cry.
What?
Because I just imagine your smaller self just, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Water.
I wanted water. I was dying.
Yeah, but you're always hungry when you were smaller.
When else did I cry? I also cried in the 5th grade because a wasp stung my calf. I actually didn't feel it. I wasn't crying because it stung me because I didn't even feel it. I didn't even know it was a wasp bite.
What?
I cried afterwards when the teacher told me it was a wasp bite. I was like, this is a wasp bite. You let me get bit by a wasp.
You let me get bit. It's not her. It's up to her.
And then another time, I cried in the 6th grade because 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 I was introduced to this music piece in modern band class, and it was so beautiful. I just started crying. I was like, "This is beautiful, guys!" I also cried because Miss Burbridge. She was like, you know how she is sometimes.
Miss Burbridge was a drama teacher. That was so mean.
Not That's Miss Burns.
Oh, Miss Burns. I hate Miss Burns.
Dear Christ. Yeah, Miss Burns did make me cry, though.
Miss Burns. Oh, my. Miss Burbridge was our graphic design teacher in middle school. Really cool.
She's strict. That's what I'd like to call her as.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, like, the way she criticized my art, I would be like, okay,
oh my goodness.
It's alright. I understand.
Miss Burbridge made you cry. She never made me cry. I was like, I guess I'm pretty good.
No, because sometimes, my project, I turned it in, and she was like, why'd you do that? And I was like, because I want to add effect. And she was like, we don't really want effect now, do we? And I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand. Okay, I'll take it off.
Jesus
She's like,
Christ.
Okay, why'd you ask this? And I was like, it was part of the effect, but I'll take it off. I understand. And she's like, I never asked for it. And I'm like, okay, I understand.
Jesus.
And then, in the 7th grade, I think the 6th grade was the last time. No, the 7th grade, because that's when that happened with Miss Burbridge.
Jesus Christ, how embarrassing. I think, yeah, the only...
Just the guy who cried to the My Little Pony ending.
What? Are you criticizing me for crying to slavery? Are you kidding me?
I said My Little Pony ending. How's that slavery?
Oh, shoot. Another time I cried is when in, like, elementary school. None of this was, like, past the 4th grade. And it was all, like, 3rd and back. When I fell off the monkey bars really bad and I landed on my arm. I could have broken my arm, but luckily I didn't. I don't know how. But I just cried. I was like, ah! And then they took me to the nurse and I got some ice. I was like, all better. And then another time, we were playing zombie tag. And my bully, who would always bully me, his name was Dasani. He was my friend now.
Dasani the water bottle.
No. Then my bully named Dasani, who's my friend right now.
Who's also my bully.
Who's also kind of my bully. He would intentionally want me to chase him because he knew he could outrun me and easily break my ankles.
He's stronger than you, faster than you.
Yeah, he's stronger than me, faster than me, darker than me. He's everything. So one time when we were playing zombie tag, I was chasing him, and I don't know what type of football moves he pulled, but he just broke my ankles, and I scraped the whole right side of my knee against the concrete, and it was just awful. I just had blood pouring down, and I was like, oh, trying to hold back my tears, because if he saw me crying, he would have made fun of me. He would have shoved me into a dumpster. I don't know. He would have just killed me.
Dumpster?
Yeah.
When was the last time you recall yourself getting hurt at school?
Hurt at school?
Yeah.
I guess that.
That's the last time?
I mean, I don't get hurt at school. I mean, in middle school, one time a kid threw a dodgeball at my face while I was down. He hit me in the face and, like, my glasses came flying off my face and I had, like, a little mark. Oh, never mind. The last time I got hurt at school was in high school in 11th grade, right? Yeah, 11th grade, when me and my friend fought.
Oh my god.
My friend named Chris, we slap boxed because he was just in a bad mood and I was messing with him, and it was early in the morning. It was just a bad mood by me and also by him, but mostly me. And yeah, we ended up slap boxing, trying to hit each other, but not punches, because we're friends. We wouldn't hurt each other. We just slap boxed, and I knocked his glasses off. He knocked mine off. We both wore glasses, and then we were blind fighting. And then he gave me a good scratch on top of the eye, because he doesn't cut his nails, and I have no nails. So
you had a mark here too.
I had a bad scratch and then a little mark under my eye, but that's about it.
That's another thing. I remember when you told me that it was because of the bus.
Yeah, I told Mom and Carl and everybody that I was asleep on the bus and that my bus driver made a really bad turn, and then I just slammed my head against the seat or the
little metal
little metal part of the window.
I
Yeah.
remember. I thought, hey, I've slept on the bus before, and that can't physically happen. It's impossible. And I just thought, he's getting bullied. He's getting bullied, and he isn't telling us. My poor brother.
No. And I had to go to the nurse's office because I was bleeding a lot. It started to come out more, and it's going to look really bad if I just went the rest of the day like that. The people would have been started to ask, are you okay at home? Is something going on? And when I went to a nurse's home, I literally told her the same story because I'm not going to get my friend in trouble. He wasn't going to get me in trouble, and I wasn't going to get him in trouble. So, yeah. And then by history class that we both shared, we were just laughing. No, wait. And then by 7th period that we both shared in history class, we didn't talk to each other. But then the next day, we were just joking about it. It was all fun. No biggie. So, yeah.
Mine was in the 9th grade last year.
The last time you got hurt.
Yup.
What happened?
Oh, I got a volleyball to the face. Twice.
Ouch.
Actually, thrice.
Ouch.
By the same guy.
Ouch.
Broke my glasses. All 3 times.
Jesus. And you, what'd you say? You were like, come on, man.
I was just like, come on, dude. Dude, why? You made me blind. Look what you did.
The day Carl came back with her broken glasses was just so funny. I was like, finally. This had to happen at one point.
Dude, surprisingly, I never cried each time he hit me.
Well, no, you're not supposed to cry. To a dodgeball to the face? No.
No, it's not just a dodgeball. I said volleyball.
Oh.
And you're supposed to have those volleyballers hard because they have to go. Not only that, he didn't just, casually pass me the volleyball. He kicked it. He kicked it with all the force of a Mexican kicking a soccer ball into my face 3 times.
Jesus, what? Did it just hit your face, bounce back to his foot, and he just repeatedly hit it?
No, not all the same time.
Oh my god. I would cry. Personally, I wouldn't let that slide. Jesus Christ.
Now I have the mental image of just hitting my face going back to
like a cartoon.
Oh god. No, it was all different times. But it's the fact that he made that same mistake 3 times. And it was all because he kept hitting the volleyball like a soccer ball into my face. It was just horrible, man.
Well, man. I'm very sorry. That you weren't a porno boy, so you would have been stronger.
Dude, you should have seen him. He could kick. You know how big the gym is, right?
Yeah.
He could literally kick all across.
Is that an achievement? Anyone can do that.
No.
What?
No, I mean arched. Not just like kicking across like a straight line. I mean arched.
Are you kidding me? Every soccer player can do that. Every football player can do that. I can do that. I think we're going to end the podcast here.
Dear God.
Where do you want to go eat pizza?
Pizza.
Where do you want to go eat, though?
Papa John's.
Papa John's. Hungry Howie's.
Papa John's.
Howie's.
Papa.
Howie's.
Papa.
Howie's.
Papa!
Howie's! Good. We have this big argument, like Papa John's versus Hungry Howie's. Carl is a Papa John's stan,
I don't know.
while I am a Hungry Howie's fanatic.
Papa John's.
And Little Caesars is just whenever both of them close.
No, Little Caesars is like the OG. That's like the base. You haven't visited them in so long. Cindy's gonna worry.
Yeah, the manager at the Little Caesars we go to knows me and knows that I come at least once a week. On rare occasions, 2. And when I
On
really
most
want to get
occasions.
freaky, 3.
And again, she like has no idea I'm even exist.
She has no idea I have a family, so all the pizza I'm getting, she must be thinking it's all for me, and she must be terrified. Alright, I'm gonna order this pizza right now. It'll be done, it'll be ready in 20 minutes, paying in cash. Submit.
Error!
What?
Error. There was an error.
Oh, shoot. Alright, cash.
Order failed. Store is closed for the day.
Are you kidding me? Why is the store closed? Oh my god. I'm gonna call them in a bit, so let's see if they're open. Alright, goodbye. We're gonna sign off now.
Wait, we have to have the words of wisdom. Don't forget again.
Oh my god, we forgot the words of wisdom. Here's the words of wisdom. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest form of appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. President John F. Kennedy. There you go.
That was my president once.
Thanks, everybody, for those words. Alright, goodbye, everybody.
This was another episode
Oh,
of
this was another episode of Young and Opinionated. We've been watching Wander Over Yonder. It's a great, great show. Watch it if you have a chance to. Bye-bye. My mommy told me I have to go to bed, so goodbye.
Good night.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Good night. Buenas noches.